Today's class is foundational flow, focusing on the hips. So it's more of a beginner style class, but really excellent for anybody that would like to come back to those basics and maybe refine some of the movements and the poses in their own practice. You will need blocks for this class and really nothing else. If you don't have blocks, you can maybe use stack of books or some water bottles. So let's get started. We'll begin with the reset on our backs. So finding first that natural position in the spine. So we want to make sure that our sacrum, so that fused bone right above the tailbone, shoulder blades, and back or skull are in one nice line. So you want to draw the shoulder blades under your back without really popping the chest forward. And then from there, we'll push into the feet with an exhale, tighten the glutes slightly, and then lift the hips. We'll take one block and slide it under the sacrum. You can either slide it on its lowest or the medium height, depending on what feels best for you today. You want to continue to extend the tailbone towards the feet to find that length in the low back. And then we'll take the fingers, place them in the hip creases, so that point where the thigh bone meets the pelvis, and we'll start to march. So lifting one foot off the floor and then placing it down, and then the other foot lifts and comes down. And then keep switching sides. You have your hands on your hip creases, so you can kind of tell if you're tending to hip tip really from one side to the other. You want to try and use your glutes to stabilize the pelvis so that it doesn't move too much as you lift and lower your feet. And every time one foot lifts, the other glute kind of comes on, trying to stabilize. A couple more. There's slight tone in the abdominal muscles, and those ribs are staying in. Good. Next time your left foot comes down, or right foot comes down, let's keep both feet on the floor. Extend the left arm up, turn the palm up towards the ceiling. Take the right hand and pull down on your left fingers with the right hand, adding a wrist stretch here. And then lift the toes and spread them as wide apart as you can. Again, keeping that tone in the glutes. You're not just fully surrendering your pelvis onto the block. You want to keep some engagement in the glutes, hamstrings. Let's switch wrists. So turn the right palm up and then take the left hand and pull down on your right fingers. So you're waking up the glutes. We are going to use them throughout the class, so we want them to be ready to fire when we need them. Good. Let go of the wrist stretch, bring the arms down by the sides, and then gently slide the block away, place it to the side, and then vertebra by vertebra, slowly lower the spine onto the floor. We'll do one set of abs to wake up the front of our core. Interlace the fingers behind the head, elbows point up. Inhale. Exhale, lift the head and the shoulders off the floor. Peek at your belly. You want to make sure it's pulling down, not doming up. And then rest the head into your hands, but you off the shoulder blades. Inhale and lower. One more time like that. Exhale to lift. Inhale and lower. Exhale to lift. And then focus on that hip crease where your fingers were earlier. We'll lift the left foot off the floor, bring the knee over the hip. Place the foot down onto the floor. Inhale and lower. Exhale, lift. Right foot lifts, knee comes over the hip. Place the foot down. Inhale and lower. Exhale to lift. Lift the left foot up. Turn the chest towards the left just an inch, but stay off the left shoulder blade. So you're lifting up. Bring the chest to center, foot comes down, inhale and lower. Exhale, lift. Right foot comes up, knee over the hip. Turn the chest to the right this time. Come back to center, place the foot down, inhale and lower. Exhale to lift. We'll do this one more time. Left foot comes up, turn to the left. Back to center, foot comes down, inhale and lower. Last side, exhale, lift. Right foot lifts, turn to the right. Come back to center, foot comes down, inhale and lower. Release the hands, heel to the feet about mat width apart. And then bring your right arm into cactus arm or goalpost. So your elbows in line with the shoulder. With an exhale, turn the knees, so lower them towards the left to whatever level it feels comfortable. And then push the arch of the right foot into the floor. Take the left hand, make a fist, and then place it on top of that right pelvic point. And you want to push the pelvic point into your fist. And you'll notice that right glute activates, keeping those ribs in, so not letting them pop up. Good. With an inhale, we'll bring the knees through center. Left arm comes into cactus arm position. The knees will turn over to the right, lower down, and then the left arch pushes into the floor. Make the fist with the right hand, put it on top of the left pelvic point, and then push that pelvic point into your fist. The glute is active. And then from here, we'll roll all the way over onto the right side. Take the left hand, push it into the floor. It's going to help you rise up. And then we'll come into a tabletop position. So you'll need the block here as well, but more as a prop that's going to keep you honest. So we'll take the block and place it on top of the sacrum, so that same area that was on the block earlier when we were in bridge. Wrists are under the shoulders. Knees are slightly more in towards your hands than you would think. So they're right under those pelvic points. Lift the shoulders over, the ears over the shoulders. The belly slightly engaging. And then we'll start to move the knees to the side. So we'll shift the weight slightly into the right knee, lift the left knee off the floor, move it over to the left. And then place the left knee down, right knee lifts, move it to the right. Place it down, left knee lifts to the left, down, and then the right. So external rotation at the hip. Keep going side to side. The block is there, so you make sure that you're not tipping the pelvis as you lift the knee. Pelvis is staying in its position and you're moving at the hip. So trying to distinguish between the movement at the pelvis and movement at the hip. A couple more times each side. Good. Left goes to the left and then right to the right. Good. Place the right knee down. Move the block to the side. We'll place the forearms onto the floor. So the palms are on the ground, wrists in line with the elbows that are right under the shoulders. Again, pull the belly in slightly. Make the spine long. And then we'll lift the left knee and start to circle it. So pull it in towards the belly, to the side, up and down. So forward, to the side, back and down. One more time in this direction. And then switch sides. So the knee goes back, to the side, forward, in, back, side, forward, in. One more time. And then place it down. Switching sides, right knee lifts, pull it in, to the side, up and down. So towards the belly, to the right, to the ceiling, down. One more time this direction. And then switch direction, knee goes up, to the side, forward, down, up, right, down. One more time. Good. Bring the elbows up off the floor. Tuck the toes under. Lift the knees and walk your feet towards your hands. We'll place the hands at the waist. Elbows point up. Inhale to rise all the way up. So keep the blocks close by. We'll use them in our sequences, but we'll start with sun salutation 1. Bring the hands into those hip creases where they were earlier, so the fingers are kind of pushing right in that area. Little divot, you'll feel it. With an exhale, begin to push the fingers into the hip creases, which is going to send your hips back slightly, and then fold over your fingers. Then you can slide the hands down towards the floor, and then slide them up along the legs until you rise up. Use the glutes to lift you up. And again, push the fingers into the hip creases. The hips will move back slightly, and then fold over the fingers. Continue to slide the hands down your legs, and then slide them up. And glutes lift you up. One more time like that. Push the fingers in, and then fold over them. Slide the fingers down, and then slowly rise up. Good. Sun Sal 1. Let's fold forward. Place the hands on the floor, so you want the palms to touch the ground. Bend the knee as much as you need to. Right foot will step back, lower the knee. Press the top of the foot into the floor and we'll rise up. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. And here think of pulling the left foot back and the right knee forward. It's going to fire up that right glute. Reach the fingers up, inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down again onto the ground. Tuck the right toes under, step back into plank, lower the knees, kneeling plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Keep the chest open as you lower. Good. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. You're sliding the hands back, opening the chest. Exhale, soften. Push the hands into the floor, come up into a kneeling plank. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips high up, down dog, and then you can walk the feet in slightly. Knees are bent, you're pushing the floor away, holding those ribs in. Good. With the next exhale, lower the knees to the floor. Rise up, and then we'll step the right foot forward. Inhale, lift the arms forward and up. Pull the right foot back, left knee forward, left glute comes on. Reaching the fingers up. Inhale. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Really place them onto the floor. And then we'll step the left foot forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach the arms up. Second side, exhale, bring the hands into the hip creases, fingers in. Push the hips back and then fold over the hands as you slide the hands down your legs. They'll touch the floor. This time we'll step the left foot back, lower the knee and keep the toes tucked this time. We'll rise up. Same idea, pulling the front foot back, back knee forward. But this time we'll bring the right hand on the sacrum, left hand behind the head. And you want to see if you can feel if your hands are in the same line, same plane. Good. With an exhale, bring the hands on either side of the front foot. Step back into a plank. Lower the knees. And again, keep the chest open as you lower. Inhale, pull the hands back energetically for baby cobra. Exhale, lift up into down dog. Walk the feet in. And then bend the knees. Gently place the knees down onto the floor. We'll rise up again. This time stepping the left foot forward. Begin to pull the foot back as the right knee comes forward. We'll place the left hand on the sacrum, right hand behind the head. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head up. And then check in. Are your hands in line? If they're not, adjust them. Most likely your head is forward, so push the head into the hand. Keep the ribs in. Good. With an exhale, we'll bring the hands to frame the front foot and then step the right foot next to the left. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands come down. So in today's class, we're going to do one sequence, and then we're going to repeat it with some changes and a couple of additions. But we'll begin similar to our sun salutation one. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, bring the fingers into the hip creases, and then begin to push the hips back and then fold over the fingers as the hands slide down towards the floor. Hands come to the floor. Step the right foot back, lower the knee, keep the toes tucked, we'll rise up. So same 90-90 lunge here. We'll bring the right hand on the low back, left hand behind the head. Inhale, grow tall. With an exhale, turn the chest towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhale, center. One more time. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, slide the right hand onto a block right under the right shoulder. It can be on the highest or the medium height. And from here, we'll open the chest to the left. So twisted 90-90 lunge, option to extend the left arm up. Good. Exhale, bring the left hand down. Grab both blocks as you turn towards the long edge of the mat. So we'll keep the hands on the blocks. Hands are right under the shoulders. Feet are parallel. And we'll start side lunges. So begin to bend into one knee. Send the hip back as the knee bends. And then come through center. Bend the other knee. Hips go back. And again, center to one side. Center to the other. Couple more, center to the side. Spine is staying long here. Really only the knees are moving and the hips just slightly moving side to side. Pelvis is staying neutral. Good. Next time your right knee bends, come to the middle. And then we'll walk, turn towards the front. So take the blocks with you and just place them to the side. Lower the right knee. The right hand will come right under the shoulder. Right foot can pivot to the back and then extend the left leg, modified side plank. So left leg reaches towards the back of the mat. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Good. So you want to think of lifting your pubic bone towards the chin so you're not pushing your hips back. Rather, you're keeping, again, that alignment of your upper body without pushing the chest forward. Good, and then bring your left hand on at the waist, and then start to lift and lower the left leg. So just adding some abduction of the leg. Well, really, it's just engaging those other hip muscles. Good, a couple more. Good. Place the foot down. We'll turn forward. So bring the left hand down. Knees come a little bit more in than the feet. Feet are out. Tabletop with this internal rotation of the hip. We'll do a few cats and cows here. So inhale, open across the chest. Exhale, push the floor away. Chin can come in. And then again, inhale to open. Exhale to round. Few more. Open. And round. Last one, open and round. Good. Come back to center. Bring the feet in line with the knees. We'll rise up. Step the left foot forward. And then your right hand can come onto the left thigh to help you. So right toes are tucked. You'll push them into the floor, rise up into high lunge. But here we'll check in with the pelvis. So we want the tailbone to point towards the floor, not on a diagonal. Because when this happens, if you straighten the knee, you create a curve in your low back. You want to keep this alignment of the upper body even here. So soften the right knee so that the pelvis can stay neutral. Good. Just notice how this feels. One more breath. Nice opening of that right hip. And then place the left hand on your left thigh, right hand on your hip. And now you can straighten the leg because you're leaning forward. Inhale, with an exhale, we'll bring the right heel down. So turn the pelvis to the right. And then we'll come back into that lunge position. And again, open the pelvis to the right. And then bring it down. So now you're moving the pelvis around this left hip. Couple more. And last time, this time we'll bring the right heel down. Keep it there. Inhale, lift the torso up, extend the arms, warrior two. If you need to adjust the front toes, bring them in a little bit, you can. Just notice how that feels in your hip. You want to try to turn the pelvis a little bit to the side of the mat. So if that means you have to bring the foot in, then by all means do so. Arms are reaching in opposite directions, shoulders over the hips. And you can gaze past your left fingers. Good. One more breath. And as you exhale, we'll windmill to the front, come back onto the ball of the right foot, grab the blocks. Hands come on the blocks, right under the shoulders. Tilted lunge here. Good. Your right glute is engaged, so you're not just hanging there. There is engagement, providing stability. One more breath. And then push off of the ball of the right foot and we'll step the right foot next to the left. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach the arms up. And we'll start the second side. With an exhale, bring the fingers into the hip creases. Start to hinge and then slide the hands down towards the floor. We'll step the left foot back this time, lower the knee, keep the toes tucked, and then rise for 90-90 lunge. Start to engage the legs so that opposite pull. And then we'll bring the right hand behind the head, left hand on the low back, on the sacrum. Good. Inhale, find length. Exhale, turn the chest to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, turn to the right. Two more. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Last one, center. And right. Stay there. Your left hand will slide, grab a block. Bring the block under the shoulder, hand on the block. Twisted crest, twisted 90-90 lunge actually here. And then you can extend the right arm up. Good. With an exhale, grab the other block on your way. We're going to turn towards the long edge of the mat. Again, for those side lunges, hands under the shoulders on the blocks. Feet are parallel, and let's start to bend the knee, sending the hip back. And then center, and then the other side. Center, this doesn't have to be a big movement. We'll come here again, and then maybe then you can make it a little bit deeper. Just practicing. So if you notice your knees coming in front of the toes, you want to work on sending those hip back a little bit more. Good. Next time your right knee bends, come back to center, and then walk yourself forward, bringing the blocks. We'll lower the left knee, lower the left hand on the floor, can kick the left foot towards the back, and then extend the right leg to the back of the mat. So finding our modified side plank, can extend the right arm up, think of pulling the pubic bone towards the chin. Good. Finding stability in the bottom shoulder. And then bring the right hand onto your waist And we'll start to lift and lower the right leg. Just a few times. You probably feel it. You can even poke at your outer hip muscles or glute muscles to make sure that they're working here. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Place the foot down, bring both hands down. The knees will come in a little bit more than the toes. Toes are tucked. And let's do those cats and cows again. So inhale, open across the chest. Try to tilt the tailbone up. Exhale, push the floor away, round through the spine. Again, inhale to open. Exhale, round. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Coming to neutral, bring the feet more in line with the knees. We'll lift up. Step the right foot forward, and then your left hand can come onto the thigh. Left toes are tucked. You're going to push into the floor to rise. Hands around the pelvis, so one at front, one on the back, trying to find a neutral pelvis position. Left glute is working here. Nice long spine. Good. And then we'll tilt forward. Your right hand is on the hip, left hand on the thigh. And then we'll open, bring the left heel down. You can actually switch the hands if that feels better. And then bring the heel up, tilted crescent, open the pelvis to the left. And again, coming to this tilted crescent lunge to open. Let's do 2 more. Lift the heel and lower. Last one, lift and lower. Keep it lowered and then rise up. So bring the torso, so shoulders are over the hips, arms reach in opposite directions, and the gaze can be past your right fingers. And even here, the tailbone's trying to root to the floor rather than sticking back. Ribs are in. Good. And from here, windmill to the front, grab the blocks, so place the hands on the blocks. Coming onto the ball of the left foot, staying here for 2 more breaths. Long spine. Good. And then step the left foot next to the right. Hands come to the waist. Inhale to rise. So that was our sequence. Now we'll repeat it with some changes, as I mentioned. You'll still need your blocks. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Let's try to hinge this time without the use of the hands. With an exhale, hinge at the hips. Hands come down onto the floor. Really bend the knees if you need to. Step the right foot back, lower the knee. Inhale, we'll rise. This time we'll place the left hand on the sacrum, right hand behind the head to find that alignment. And then reach the right arm up. Inhale to reach even more. Exhale, side bend to the left. So go up and over to the left. You can lower the left ear towards the shoulder. Good. Inhale to rise. Find the block. We'll place it on its highest height under the shoulder. Hand on the block, right hand. We'll lift the knee. And then notice first if your right glute is engaged. If not, try to engage it here and then turn the chest to the left. Maybe you extend the left arm up. Just an option. Twisted crescent. Good. Exhale. Grab the other block, turning towards the long edge of the mat. As I mentioned, one more time, side lunges. Hands on the blocks, feet are parallel. Maybe you go a little bit deeper this time. So doing again, side to side. The hips are going back. Keeping the spine long. I like to inhale as I come through center. Exhale as I bend the knee. After your left knee bends, come to center. Turn to the front. So take your blocks with you. Again, we'll lower the right knee down for modified side plank. Right hand under the shoulder. Kick the foot behind. Set up first, so come into modified side plank like we did earlier. Then bring the left hand at the waist. Lift the left leg, bend the knee, and then pull the knee in towards the chest. And then bring it back. So imagine there's a coffee table in front of you and you're just trying to glide this leg on top of the coffee table. So it's staying in line with the hip, your knees staying in line with the hip. 2 more times, forward and back. Last time, forward and back. Bring the left hand down, left knee down. This is going to be a little different. So the knees are still a little bit more in than the feet. Come onto the left hand, step the right foot in line with the left knee, toes are facing the side of the mat, and pull the right elbow up, your palm is facing away from you. And then place the right hand down, knee comes down, switching sides, left foot steps in line with the right knee, toes are facing away, pull the elbow up. And again, left hand comes down, knees come in, right foot steps, right elbow goes up. One more time, other side, left hand comes down, place the knee in, step the left foot to the left, bring the elbow up. Good. Place the left hand down, left knee down, bring the feet to neutral, rise up. We'll step the left foot forward. This time, maybe you don't use the hands, you just tuck the right toes under, push them into the floor to rise up into that high lunge. Find a neutral pelvis and then reach the arms forward and up. You can do what we did earlier, keep the hands around the pelvis. Good. And from here, we'll open into Warrior Two right away. So lower that right heel down, open the arms, Warrior Two. Good. Inhale, flip the left palm up. Exhale, reverse warrior. Bring the right hand on top of the right leg. Left arm reaches up and over. You can lower the right ear towards the shoulder. Good. Inhale, come back through Warrior Two. And then windmill to the front. Find the blocks. We'll place the blocks under the shoulders. So you can keep the right toes down, or you can bring the weight into the left foot, reach the right leg up into the standing L position. So you're lifting the right leg so it's parallel to the floor. Toes are facing down. You can even peek back to make sure that they're not on the side or facing the side. Right glute is engaged. Your left knee can be soft. And lift the ears over the shoulders. One more breath. Step the right foot next to the left. Inhale, rise all the way up. One more side. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Try to do it without the hands. Hands come to the floor. Left foot steps back. Lower the knee, keep the toes tucked. Inhale to rise. Right hand on the sacrum, left hand behind the head. Find your alignment first, and then reach the right arm over towards the ceiling. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, side bend to the right. Again, maybe you lower that right ear towards the shoulder. Good. Inhale to rise. Find the block. Place it under the left shoulder, hand on the block. I like the high setting for this one. Tuck the left toes under, lift the knee. Make sure left glute is engaged, and then start to turn the chest to the right. And maybe you extend the right arm up, twisted crescent. So lifting of the arm is not a requirement at all. Good. Exhale, bring the arm down, grab the other block, side lunges. One last time, parallel the feet, hands on the blocks, and let's start. So bending one knee, hips go back, and then the other, maybe you go even deeper. Or you can stay up, have a little movement, whatever feels good for you today. Good. Next time your right knee bends, come to center. Walk yourself forward. Good. Lower the left knee down, modified side plank. Kick that foot back. Extend the right leg towards the back of the mat. And you can reach the right arm up. Set up first. And then bring the right hand to the waist. We'll lift the right leg up. Bend the knee. Exhale, pull the knee in towards the chest. And then extend it back. And then pull in. So nothing is moving except that leg. And back, forward, and back. 2 more. Forward and back. Notice your right glute engaged as the leg moves back. Last time, forward and back. Bring the right hand down, right knee down. Again, knees are more in than the toes. And we'll start with the left side. So left foot steps in line with the right knee. Toes are facing the side of the mat. And then reach that left elbow up. Palm is away, facing away. And then the left hand comes down, knee comes down. Right foot steps to the side, right elbow reaches up. One more time each side. Place the right hand down, knee down, left foot steps to the side. Lift the left elbow up. Place it down. Right knee down, left foot to the side, and lift. Hand comes down, knee comes down, feet in line. Rise up. We'll step the right foot forward. Maybe you just use your legs to lift this time. So let's push into the ball of that left foot to rise. Find a neutral pelvis and then reach the arms forward and up. Good. One more inhale here to grow taller. Exhale, open into warrior two. So lower the left heel. Extend the arms in opposite directions. Let's flip the front palm up. Exhale, reverse warrior. Bring the left hand onto the left leg. Right arm reaches up and over. Good. Inhale to rise. Windmill to the front. Grab your blocks. Place them under the shoulders. So you can stay here with your left foot down, or you can bring the weight into the right foot and lift the left leg up. Again, peek at your toes. Make sure they're not opening. That just means that you're hiking that hip up. You want the pelvis to be neutral. Imagine the block that we had in the tabletop at the beginning of the class. It should stay on your sacrum. Lift the ears up. 2 more breaths. And then step the left foot next to the right. You can use the blocks here to help you come down. We'll come all the way down onto our backs. We don't need the blocks anymore. So roll down onto your back. Active figure 4 stretch. Take the left, lift the left foot, cross the ankle just above the right knee, and then open the left knee to the side. Maybe this is enough for you and you can stay here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you'll start to lift the right foot off the floor, begin to pull the thigh in towards the belly. Keep opening the left knee to the side. You're not using the arms. You can bring them into a T, palms facing down, or cactus arms. Good. One more breath. And then place the right foot down, uncross the legs, and switch sides. Right foot lifts, cross the ankle just above the left knee. Open that right knee to the side. And maybe this is good for you. You can stay here. Or maybe you begin to lift the left foot off the floor, pulling the thigh in towards the belly. Good. Gently place the left foot down, uncross the legs. Let's bring the knees in towards the chest. You can wrap the arms around the knees, maybe gently rock side to side. And then place the feet on the floor and come into Shavasana. So if you prefer, if your low back feels better to have the feet on the floor, you can bring them about mat width apart and allow the knees to come in to middle, and then just flip the palms up, roll the shoulders under the back, lengthen the back of the neck. Otherwise, if this feels okay on your low back, you can extend the legs, just allow the feet to flop. And then if you'd like, close your eyes. So we'll stay here for about a minute, but if you want to stay longer, you can pause the video and stay as long as you'd like. Relax your body and relax your mind. Start to deepen your breath. And then begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers, move the wrists, ankles. Extend the arms up over the head into full body stretch. Good. Bend the knees and roll to your right side. Let's use that left hand to help us to lift up. Come into a seated position. Try to keep the eyes closed still if you can. Just taking a moment to realize how you're feeling after the practice. So that freedom in the hips can help take us to a life with a little bit more ease. So you can move freer. Let's slide the hands to the heart center. Lower the chin to chest. Open the eyes and raise your head. From my heart to yours, namaste.